welcome to the new episode of PONcast. It is episode number 4, if I remember correctly, and we are too loud with the background music. Okay, that's fine now. So, hello. I tried really hard to not record on and on, because for some reason I really like recording this, and well, I have a long list of subjects, stories to talk about, and we'll see how it would go. Okay. Also, I think of making the PONcast weekly show, not random show, or maybe 2 times a week, I'm not sure yet. Also, if it should be longer than it was before, or something around 20-30 minutes is okay. Not sure yet. Maybe you have an opinion for that, then tell me in the comments on YouTube, because PONcast is now also on Spotify and on Deezer, which I didn't even know that they have podcasts. So the links are in the description if you'd like to listen without looking at me. Anyway, I don't know if I should be looking in the camera or in the monitor, in the screen, whatever. Maybe you should just listen. Okay. So I thought it would be harder to get my podcast on Spotify, but it was quite easy. I hosted it on Łóżka, which seems pretty nice. I mean, I looked through some free options on other podcast hostings, and Łóżka seems pretty nice. So go to Spotify, play PONcast, put it on a loop, and volume it down over the night. Just kidding, I'm not Justin Bieber. Anyway, so I already told you about the Spotify, about recording too much stuff. So actually I have so many subjects about people in public, so maybe I will go with this. So when I started to live where I live now, I sometimes heard some growling. I mean growling like in some death metal songs, or even some grindcore or whatever. And it seemed to me that it was either some kid or some girl, and I thought that someone is, I don't know, singing in their house I don't know, maybe recording something, whatever. But once I was out walking on the street and I've heard the growling, but the sound was closer and closer, and I thought, what the fuck? I mean, it was definitely someone growling, not some recording or whatever, and what turned out to be the source was some, I guess, teen girl just walking on the street with her headphones and just growling and not giving a shit. I don't know what was happening. And I've seen her few times. Mainly I heard her few times. And well, she just doesn't give a shit. Just like one guy, I was going to a shop just before going to office, and this guy was walking next to me, blasting with a Bluetooth speaker some, I don't know, there's some pop song, not even rap, and he was also singing to that, and he was just next to me, and I was I thought that he would go into the shop after me, but luckily he's gone somewhere. I don't get it. I really don't get it why people do this. It's so fucking stupid. Okay, so another adventure. I was in some mall. By the way, it was the same shopping mall where I met the guy with his ass out. But today we're not talking about this. I guess we're not talking about this anymore. And I've seen some guys with very short hair, not looking very friendly, talking to a security lady right next to the toilet, and I was wondering what's happening. Is there some, I don't know, are they arguing or something or whatever? But I went inside the toilet and there was more security people, and it turned out these guys were helping security to get out some, I don't know, their friend or someone who locked themselves in the stall, probably drunk. So I guess they were friendly after all. I mean, I've seen later they were apologizing to the security. I mean, security, as you may know, security are usually some older guys or someone not really meant to be, security. I guess none of them would be able to take down anyone like these guys. take down is maybe a bad word. I meant knock down, pacify, maybe, whatever. You know what I mean. And it's fun because I was again in the same mall, in the same toilet yesterday or something, and I went in and I suddenly hear snoring. I don't know, I guess it's some favorite place there for the bums or whatever. Jesus, I thought I have so many subjects I could be talking for an hour, and maybe not after all. So maybe I will stick to 2 podcasts a week, maybe. Actually, I've heard that even Pewdiepie is probably going to have something like a podcast. Why everyone is having a podcast? I didn't even want this to be a podcast, and it's a podcast. What the fuck is going on? Why is this happening? As for Pewdiepie, I will go back to him also, because I prepared some subjects, some topics for today. I mean, I don't think it's really a topic. Okay, since we are in the theme of people being weird or whatever in public, just had this thought today: how often people on the street would think to, I don't know, tell someone, some strange person, something in their opinion nice, and it just I mean, maybe not really creepy or something, but I just actually seen someone and thought, I don't know, you have some nice hair or something, yeah, but I wonder how many times someone would think they would be, oh, I will tell this person this and this will be so nice, yeah. And I don't know, I guess it could be irritating to someone, especially I haven't heard it myself, but I knew that some people who have some, I don't know, tattoos, they often hear some from some strange people, some compliments, let's say, or something, or people approach them, staring at them, or whatever, and it's just uncomfortable. I don't know. I'm not sure if I would mind, but maybe after like 5 times, maybe like 2 times, I would not like to hear that. Actually, I have another story connected to this one. Just saying someone compliments about their appearance. I guess usually the It shouldn't be there. Whatever. What I wanted to say? Saying unwanted compliments. Usually guys who are sometimes even creepy about it, but I've seen something so cringy and so creepy and so weird, and it was actually a girl who approached two Asian girls in the tram and started to tell them that, oh, you are so cute, you whatever, and it was so cringe. I wonder if these girls really minded it, but probably they just laughed nervously before that creepy lady just gone away. It was I think some people have too many opinions, and they want to tell these unwanted opinions too much to too many people. Really, sometimes it's better to just shut up. If in doubt someone needs your opinion, then maybe shut up. Yeah. I just had some bug in my brain, because I just wondered for a while where is the other subject I had, but I have talked about this in the previous podcast, I guess, or not. Have I? Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. I guess I already talked about it, even though I cannot find it. Oh yeah, there are also my shopping list on the same note. Oh, whatever. Okay, so another thing, I just recently had a conversation about age thresholds and what it means and whatever, turning 18 or turning 30, which I had in May previous year, which didn't really meant anything, I guess. And I came to a conclusion that the biggest change I had about turning some age, it was of course 18, because I could have a driving license and that's all. I also started smoking, which was not really good idea, I guess. And turning 30 seems like some, I don't know, milestone, but I don't feel that. I don't know. I don't feel nothing special about it. But turning 27, it is when in Poland you can't have the student discounts on public transportation and trains, and that is a fucking pain. And it's only big thing I can think of about turning some age. I guess it is the correct way of saying that, but whatever. Yeah. Also, I guess I feel more boomer-like from some time. Just recently, I was in Warsaw, and I was running for a train. And just my leg cramped. It's the right word. Let me check. Anyway, I got a cramp in my leg. And right after that, I was on the boulder. I mean climbing, whatever. And I just it was funny because I haven't even approached the boulder and I got a cramp in my leg, and then I just hurt my shoulder and I feel like, oh my god, I'm getting old. And right before this, the day before, we were also in the city and we had some plans of, I don't know, going for a drink, going to cinema or something, but we got hungry, so we had a pizza, which was so fucking good. I mean, I don't know if I ever had such a good pizza, maybe because I usually order some shit and don't eat in places, and it was also too big, I guess, because just after eating this we had only place for some coffee and we were just wanted to go to sleep, and that was what we have actually have done. Yeah. I guess I got some weird order of telling this because I'm going backwards, because now I have a story from me going to Warsaw. Anyway, so I was on train, and right before me was that guy who just fucking looked like Quentin Tarantino. I mean, maybe younger, maybe a little. I was joking that he looked like deformed or mutated Quentin Tarantino, because he wasn't exactly like him, but there was something. He was a little bit, I don't know, the first thought when I've seen here was, oh my god, he looks like Quentin. And actually he wasn't doing anything, he was just there looking like Quentin Tarantino. But then he started acting a bit weird. He started wiping the glass in the train, the window to the corridor in the carriage wagon, whatever. So then he started laughing. What the fuck is this? Laughing at his phone, and it was fine, okay? But then he started whispering. I mean, he was reading something from the phone, and he was very silently whispering it, very fast, and he was also smiling and a little like laughing. What the fuck? Laughing, and it was so weird. I don't know. Yeah. So now something maybe. Okay, maybe it is also connected to weird situations. Just thought about it that sometimes, like I don't know, meet someone, but for some reason you don't greet them immediately, and then it starts being weird because you haven't greeted them. So maybe you should pretend you don't see them and don't react and whatever, or maybe greet them, but it would be weird if you have said hi so so late, so delayed, right? And then you maybe don't say it at all and pretend and I don't know, just start conversation. If they whatever, it's just builds up and it's more and more weird, and I guess many people don't really give a shit about it. I mean, it's weird because you feel weird, and it just becomes more and more awkward. No, maybe it's just me. And I guess my plans about going for an hour just failed. Okay, I haven't prepared with this one because I wanted to So there is wait a moment. Can I show this? I guess I guess especially my listeners would appreciate me showing something in the browser. But the story is, I don't know if it's real, but it's NBC News, so it's probably real. I mean, it feels like a joke. But anyway, the story is that in Las Vegas, someone glued a tiny "Make America Great Again" hats on the heads of pigeons. To what? I guess I haven't really prepared for that, but I just thought that it's I don't know, it's a bit funny, but it's also why. I mean, they probably heard that pigeons doing this and it's stupid, but also it's what the fuck. And also the group who did that is called Pigeons United to Interfere Now. In short, Putin. So I thought it's to mock Trump, but it's actually in favor of Trump because they were protesting on some democratic debate. I don't know. I guess I goofed this one because I haven't read it properly. I've just seen the strange thing. Okay, and the last thing I wanted to talk about, and also I have something to show you. So recently, quite recently, Jake Paul started some movement and his goal, despite just taking money from his fans, is to make them financially independent, because you know he's an expert, of course. Yeah, I don't know what, but what I wanted to mention is how PewDiePie roasted him. What if I should stop the music? So anyway, to give you some background about the problem, about the thing Jake Paul is doing, if you don't already know. So he created some page, some movement with some experts, and there is a monthly payment for that. In exchange, the subscribers of this thing will be getting some. That's the question, what they would be getting, which would help them become financially independent, yeah. And I also didn't know that, but he had something like that before, and it turned out to be a scam, or not really. Maybe it just didn't work out or whatever. But the thing is, he just got money, and his project died. So probably it's going to be the same this time. And what PewDiePie said is quite good summary of Jake Paul in general. So let's look at this.
When in reality, the only thing Jake Paul has shown himself to be passionate about is making money. Jake Paul is the kind of celebrity that doesn't have any real value. So all they do is they project this image of wealth, and now he's monetizing that to get more money. It's like he's stuck in this loop where he has to pretend that it's all about money to make more money. But in reality, you could replace Jake Paul with anything or anyone. It wouldn't make a difference. He's literally empty and no one. The message is fine.
So yeah,
this image of wealth, and now he's monetizing that to get more money. It's like he's stuck in this loop where he has to pretend that it's all about money to make more money. But in reality, you could replace Jake Paul with anything or anyone. It wouldn't make a difference. He's literally empty and no one.
So that's the fragment. I guess it was quite savage and quite accurate, and probably it applies to many celebrities, especially YouTube ones. And maybe not really. I'm probably not really good. I mean, not. I might be not knowing much about current celebrities and what they do and whatever, but I guess this description fits quite many of them. Okay. So we're going for 38 minutes, and I guess it's my limit today. My so-called subject. I'm not really sure if the last ones were worth talking about. Tell me in the comments. I also wanted to create a email address for people who could be listening and not being on YouTube to comment if they will. But I haven't prepared that email, and I'm also not going to plug in my personal email to get maybe some spam. But maybe if I'm not going to link that, I maybe could do that. You know what? Maybe I will just create a new email now. We're doing it live. What the hell? If I do this, can I do this? What is this? Okay, I guess. I guess I will. Hey, whatever. I mean, I could tell you what the email would be, but I want to see if I would succeed in creating this. What? Okay. Okay, take my data. Just give me the email. That's so interesting, right? Okay, so I have the email. Probably it would be quite temporary because I'm thinking about making something more, some domain or whatever. But I will show this email here. Like here. So it is PONcast Podcast at gmail.com. PONcast Podcast at gmail.com. You can send me messages there. Hopefully I will be able to log in to that to check them if there will be any. And I guess that's all for today. Probably I will make some podcast on, the last one was published on Thursday. This one I don't know. Fuck. It was supposed to give you some meaningful information, but I don't know. Okay, maybe Thursday will be the podcast day, but also maybe there will be some bonus podcasts as well. We will see how it would work. So what I'm doing. Okay, so thank you for watching, for listening. Leave some comments, email me at PONcastPodcast@gmail.com, and see you in the next one. Roll the outro.